Yeah, it's on.
Alright, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Luke from the band Canterbury.
Okay, next one. You're on tour with the Blackout and We Are the Ocean at the minute. How's it going for you guys?
It's really good. We haven't been, well, the last time we were on the road was back in January.
Yeah.
We played one show since then, so in like 9 months we played one show, and we're on the 4th night now, and it's been so good to be back in the saddle and getting better every night. So hopefully tonight will be the best, but definitely shaking off some rust, for sure.
The last time I personally saw you and came down to see you was in Sheffield ages back. We've not advised them.
Yeah.
How productive do you think this year's been for you guys as a band?
Well, it feels like I say, we haven't really been on the road, but in the time between then and now, we recorded an album.
Yeah. So
we've kind of been busy, I guess. We were down in the studio for like 5 weeks doing our second album. We've sort of been having a campaign for like the new single and all that.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of productive. Maybe not like in the public eye productive, but definitely behind the scenes. Yeah, everything's going well.
When can we expect a new release from you guys?
Obviously there's a single, More Than No, out on Monday.
Yeah.
A couple of bonus tracks. And then there'll be another single hopefully at the very beginning of the new year. And then probably another one, and then I reckon second album will be around April kind of time. Yeah.
Great.
Hopefully. It's not concrete yet, but hopefully around April.
Do you have any plans for the next year? Anything booked in yet, or any new music videos or anything?
We have. Well, we're going to have to be doing a new music. Like I say, there'll be a new single coming out hopefully at the beginning of the new year. So we'll be able to get a video together for that. We're going over to Europe for a few dates with Unit 6, so like 5 shows come the beginning of December, which is going to be really cold. It's going like to Berlin in like the middle of December, which is going to be freezing. But then we've got a headline tour January, February, which is going to be awesome. And from there it's just going to build and build. So once we know the kind of release date of the album, number 2, then it'll all be much clearer around there.
What have you been doing to try and increase your fan base lately? Obviously with all the tours going on, you're going to need meeting more people and getting your faces down.
Definitely, now we're on the road, it's much easier to sort of be able to say to a room full of 1,000 people, like, we are a band called Canterbury, and that's kind of just going to increase it, and it's just going to get people talking. I saw this band the other night, whatever. But it's all kind of just online basically at the moment. With our single we've got coming out at the moment, More Than No, that's been pretty much just an online push.
Yeah. But
come New Year, when we start really pushing everything, it's going to be like first print press. I don't know, we'll see how it all goes. And if the radio wants to pick it up or whatever, but that's going to be the kind of plan. So.
After this tour, what plans do you have for the rest of the year?
Like I say, go to Europe for a little bit,
or
when we get back off this tour, a couple of weeks I think off, and then we'll be planning, and then a little stint in Europe, and then it'll be just working towards the next single campaign really. There's nothing that's sort of necessarily happening. We kind of want to try and organise some sort of New Year's Eve show, but we haven't known anything about it yet, so who knows.
What do you think is the most important thing to do as a band to keep your fans wanting more and to keep critics at bay?
Keep giving music out, I guess, and try and be nice to everyone. We kind of try and be as like open and responsive to as many fans as possible. Cause it's like at the end of the day, you are nothing without a fan or two. Like you can have awesome tunes, but if no one hears them and no one knows them, then you're nothing. You need people chatting about you. So if people can say, yeah, this is a great song and they're really nice guys, that gives you a little but so I guess we try and be nice and put our smiles on whenever we're around.
What advice would you give smaller bands like Page 44 who are opening tonight? What advice would you give bands like that to try and get into the limelight like you guys have?
Well, those guys are definitely going about it the right way, because they're kind of like, they won that Red Bull competition, which is why they're here, which is awesome, and kind of like that sort of thing, like association and all that. But I guess songs is really like how we see it is the most important thing. Like that's your product. You can tell, you can have a cool t-shirt design, and you can have like quirky merch or whatever, but the main thing is your songs. That's what's going to come down to at the end of the day. If somebody sees a picture of you, they're not going to give a shit unless you've got awesome tunes. So just make sure all the songs you have you're super happy with and confident that they're the best songs you can write, and if it's going to be, it's going to be. Like, you just got to work. You've got to not be scared as well to like get other jobs or whatever. Like it's gonna have to happen these days. There's so little money in music for up and coming bands. Like there's these bands that get a record deal just like that, but generally it's just got to be hard work. You've got to networking. You've got to meet other bands, try and get on good support tours and stuff. But I don't know. It's hard to give advice to other people because it's been such a long road for us. So it's kind of like I don't really know how it happened, but it's kind of it's still just been going up and up. Focus and good songs, I guess.
You guys don't really have a set sound. I mean, if you go back to some of your old releases like Hospital and merged in with different sounds, is there a certain sound that you're trying to set yourselves on, or are you just going through and experimenting just to find something that's right?
Even less than that. I mean, it's definitely not even experimenting. It's kind of like a song. I don't think. Well, obviously there's bands that kind of pigeonhole themselves on purpose. Like we are this band, like we're speed metal or whatever. But the whole point in our band is the four of us. We don't have completely different music tastes, but there's a lot of different influences going around. So like when a song gets written, it doesn't matter what genre it starts sounding like, because by the time we're finished with it, it'll sound like a Canterbury song. But you might have one like you say, like it's like real acoustic and quiet stuff. And one that's like super hard rocking and like really intense. But like we like to think that the Canterbury sound is kind of cohesive throughout, even if this album's quite diverse. But like I think that is maybe what helps us in a way to like gain other bands.
It diversifies yourself from everyone else. Really,
there's probably something on the album that anyone could listen to. Like even if someone isn't.
It is very easy.
Like let's listen to the quiet ones or whatever. And like no, I definitely we're not looking. We're not like, oh shit, that one came out a bit weird, so what are we doing? Like, we do it, it's on purpose, it's intentional diversity, but it's just whatever the songs like, come out how they write themselves, really, you know, like, it's not, we don't have a set formula for it.
What's the best compliment you've ever been given as a band or personally?
That's quite a good question. I think once someone said, I can't remember, they were like, it reminds us of Rage Against. No, something like Joy Division with the energy of Rage Against the Machine, and we were quite complimented by that. It was in a tiny little show as well, and there was this adult that came. It's quite funny when like grown up come up to you and like they give their 2 cents and stuff, because you always think like, well, you've probably heard more music than most of the people around here, and so we're definitely, it's like Rage Against the Machine and Joy Division. So we were like, we'll take that.
That is a great compliment.
like classic bands, both there. So.
What's the worst insult you've ever been given or you've been given?
That our debut album was proof you can't polish a turd.
That is pretty bad.
To be honest, like we were super chuffed with all the reviews we got of our first album, and there was one review. I still remember the guy's name who reviewed it, but I won't say it. But it was like someone had said, write a deliberately bad review.
A lot of people
almost
do
like it was a joke.
Yeah.
Because we were reading it like, well, I don't understand like where this guy's getting this from. He was like, this is just a bad song, and at the end it was like, it's just proof. This album's proof you can't polish a turd. But it was kind of easy to take it on the chin when Rock sounded giving it 9 out of 10 and Kerrang with it. So we kind of ignored that. But it definitely still sticks in my head.
What's the most embarrassing thing to happen to you on tour or at a show?
A couple of years ago, it was when I used to play the keyboards, when our old bassist was in the band, and we were at Face Down Club Night in London. It was quite a busy room, and I was G in the crowd up or whatever, like, come on, walking backwards and just fell straight over a monitor, like straight on my arse. The rest of the band didn't even know what had happened. It's just they suddenly heard the whole crowd erupt with laughter, and they all looked round, and I'm just on the floor, like it's so awful.
Okay, great stuff. Finally, we've got any messages to your fans and the viewers?
I'll look at the camera for this one. Thank you very much for anyone that's heard of us before. It just means so much to us that you guys keep giving us support. For anyone that hasn't heard of us, you can get our debut album for free still from CanterburyThankYou.com.
Definitely.
Loads of other stuff there. Oh, there we go. Vouched for. But new single coming out on Monday. You can get that from our website as well. We kind of like to just go to our website rather than all these iTunes and all this stuff, you know. It's like we've got the best deals there. You can get our singles from there as well as all the album and that. But just tell all your friends, keep spreading the word, because we're excited about what can happen next. So thank you.
Great stuff, thanks a lot, mate. I hope you have a really good show tonight.
Yeah, cheers. Nice one.
Are we alright to stop?